G'day guys and welcome back to Montage Sports, and in today's video you'll be watching my preliminary final review and my grand final tips. Yeah, hope you enjoy and let's get straight into it. So massive weekend, cannot believe what I saw. In my tipping video last week I said that it will be a Geelong versus Port Adelaide grand final. Complete opposite how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a Melbourne Bulldogs grand final, and guess what? It's a Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs grand final. Cannot wait, and I think it's a bizarre feeling. West Coast wasn't in the finals this year, and that was weird, but I got to support the D's all September, and it has been a weird feeling, but it's been pretty cool supporting a team apart from West Coast. But unbelievable game. I was at the game on Friday night, Geelong versus Melbourne, and I was tipping Geelong to win by, I think it was 5 points. I think it would be a close game, but Geelong would get over the line like they always do, and they'd make their second grand final in a row, as they made it last year, and they lost by 31 points to Richmond. But yeah, unbelievable game. I mean, it was a blowout. Melbourne won by 83 points, but I loved every minute of it. Max Gawn, captain's performance, the ultimate captain's performance. 5 goals and 19 disposals as a ruckman. He kicked 4 goals in the third quarter. He was snapping in from everywhere. Goals from the pocket over his head, goals on the run from 55 metres out, goals, took massive marks, clunks, big contested clunks in the goal square in the forward 50, and that's what you want as a ruckman, and I mean, ruckmans don't usually do that, but that's exactly what you want. Ruckman forward, he can play anywhere. Just unbelievable game, and Geelong just didn't look interested after, because they were 78 points down at three-quarter time, and then they just gave up. They kicked 1 goal in the second half, and it was a bit of an embarrassing performance. And then Port Adelaide versus Western Bulldogs. I thought Port Adelaide would blow the Western Bulldogs out of the park. I thought they'd thrash them. But Port Adelaide choked in a prelim again. They can't play prelims. They lost last year to Richmond after having a decent lead. They lost against Hawthorn in 2014, and they lost 2001 prelim, 2002 prelim, 2003 prelim, before breaking the barrier and winning the grand final in 2004. So that's 5. That's their 6th prelim loss this century, and they can't play in prelims. Don't know what's about that. Ken Hinkley's lost his 3rd prelim. He didn't look very happy, but he wasn't going off like Alistair Clarkson or Chris Scott would have, and Bailey Smith, the big Baslenka, 20 years of age, and 7 goals in his last 2 games in finals, ultimate finals performance. And he is a great finals player. Can't wait to watch him in years to come. Now I'm going to get into my preview for the grand final, which is going to happen in a week and a half. I'm going to be uploading a lot of grand final content next week of a week and a half, so that's why I'm doing my tips here. But unbelievable feeling. Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs, my 2nd favourite team in the D's versus my 3rd favourite team in the Doggies. Different feeling. They've weird matchup as well. I think the Doggies won their first premiership in 1954 versus the D's with Ted Whitten, and then they didn't win a premiership for 62 years when they ended up beating the Swans in 2016. That was an awesome game, and Melbourne haven't won for 57 years, so hopefully they can get the job done. I will be supporting the D's hard, but I won't mind if the Western Bulldogs win, because they're my 3rd favourite team, but I'd very much rather the D's win. Now, I'm going to be going to the GF, my first grand final I've ever been to. I can't believe it. I'm going to an AFL grand final. It hasn't really sunk in yet. Can't wait, and it is an amazing feeling knowing that I'm about to go to a GF. It's going to be different because it's not at the MCG, but it's still a grand final, and I cannot wait. As I said before, I'm going to be barracking for the D's, and that is why I'm going to be sitting in the one of the Melbourne Demons blocks. We've got priority 2 barcode from a couple of Melbourne Demons members who can't go to the game over from Victoria, and just an unbelievable feeling that I'm going to be going to the grand final. So here we go, my big tip, the biggest tip for the whole entire season. My prediction is that the Melbourne Demons are going to win their first flag in 57 years, and they're going to defeat the Doggies by 5 points in a thrilling game. I reckon Western Bulldogs will be up in front for most of the last quarter. And then Maxi Gawn will take a clunk, massive mark in the last couple of minutes, go back, set shot, and it will end up winning the game for the D's. And the Dogs are going to be burnt out. They've travelled everywhere. They've been from Melbourne they played Port Adelaide and Melbourne in round 23. Then they went to Tassie for the elimination final. Then they went to Brisbane for the semi-final up at the Gabba and they ended up winning that. And then came to Perth because they weren't allowed to train in Adelaide, which is a bit dodgy from the South Australian government. And then so then they went to Adelaide and then came back to Perth straight away. And then they're going to be playing the grand final here. And I reckon they're just going to be too burnt out. They've travelled everywhere. And, I mean, if that was me, I'd have jet lag and I would not be feeling 100% to go into the game of your life. My tip for the Norm Smith, obvious decision, Max Gawn. As I said before, unbelievable performance. He loves pressure. He loves the finals. Big finals player. And that is why I'm going to tip him to win the Norm Smith. A bit like Dustin Martin. Although I don't think he'll be able to win 3 Norm Smiths. And, I can't wait. Come on, D's. Go the D's. Hope they win. And hope you enjoyed my preliminary final review and my grand final tips. Hope you enjoyed. And see you in the next one.